Hi, I'm Nell, Folkens, president of the PD Realtors Association.
And I'm Karl Folkens. I'm an attorney here in Florence. I'm also a mediator, arbitrator, and a real estate broker, a member of the association.
Karl's going to speak to us a little bit about mediations and how they affect realtors here in our state.
Many of you were there 2 years ago when I did a luncheon presentation on mediation. At that time, we talked about what is called court-annexed mediation, how we do judicial-related mediations here in the PD. We also touched briefly upon the SCR mediation program at that time. Well, since then, the SCR mediation program has gone to great lengths to make the mediation process available to everyone around the state. When the pandemic hit last March and in April, we were wondering how are we going to conduct mediations going forward. At that time, first part of April, there were 15 people who participated in an online mediation training on how to actually conduct mediations online. And since then, the decision was made to offer the SCR mediation program for free, for no charge to the realtors, the clients, the customers who participate in that. So before, the mediators would charge different rates around the state. Now you can contact SCR, get the list of those 15 mediators, and have them conduct your mediation. If you look at your standard zip forms contract, the ones we use here in the association, you will see that mediation clause. And I tell realtors, whenever a conflict arises and it looks like you need to use a mediation process at some point, get the actual clause from the contract out and read it. It will steer you to the NAR program that we then use through SCR. You can contact SCR to line that up. What is mediation? You'll recall we talked about that. It's basically an opportunity, if you cannot work out your differences involving a real estate transaction, you bring in a third-party neutral person, the mediator. And so we urge you to consider using mediation whenever that problem arises. And why would you want to use mediation? Well, one, as realtors, we're bound by it through the NAR Code of Ethics and the Standards of Practice. Also, you're contractually bound to it within the terms of the contract that is usually entered into in any real estate transaction. But also, it's a smart way to avoid litigation. If your conduct as realtor is called into question and you choose not to mediate, or if the parties avoid mediation, oftentimes that will lead to the filing of a lawsuit. If there's a lawsuit, you of course then have to turn it over to your E&O carrier. If there's an adverse outcome, it gets reported to the Real Estate Commission, which no one wants to have happen, which could then lead to disciplinary proceedings. You would have to pay your deductible under your E&O, and there could be a public trial, and no one wants that. So embrace mediation early on and look at steering your clients and customers into mediation if a dispute arises between them. Part of that statewide program that I was talking about, there is an upcoming training. We want people to participate in becoming more and more mediators. We need them around the state. If you go through the training and become a mediator, you will not be mediating local disputes, and that makes sense. You don't want fellow agents, fellow brokers that we work with closely. You lose both the appearance and the actual process of being a neutral. But because we're now training people how to do online virtual mediation, so you don't have to travel, and you don't have to travel there, they don't have to travel here, we're excited about what SCR is offering to people. You should also consider going through the mediation training, even if you don't want to become a mediator. It's something good to have in your toolkit. You'll understand, it'll make you a better agent, a better broker. You will understand how to work out inter-office disputes if you have issues with agents within an office. It'll help you understand, if you find yourself in a mediation, what to expect, how the mediators are trained. It will help you advise your clients on what to expect and maybe how to prepare for a mediation that is called for.
Yes, Karl. It'll also help you to be a better negotiator and guide your clients through structuring a better deal. So we would encourage you to sign up. The link is in this newsletter and you can click on it. The training for the mediator is September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. It's from like 9 in the morning to 1 p.m. And the ombudsman training is on Friday morning, the 25th. So please consider doing that because the state can definitely use more mediators. And like Karl said, the process is free, but that is only during the time of COVID. So think about doing that, and that could be money on the side for you as well.
So think about mediation, becoming a mediator, think about taking the training. The training will help you, as we have said, as a realtor. Dispute resolution is much better than going through litigation.
Yes, and on another note, due to the unfortunate passing of Fritzie Barber, the State Executive Committee has appointed PD Realtor Keon Aldridge to fill Fritzie's seats, both on the State Finance Committee and as NAR Director. So please congratulate Keon. This is a huge appointment, and we are so very proud of her. Thank you.
Thank you.